And we are live. So this is where we don't know if it's going to cut out again right here it comes back.
And no one
okay. So about 9-10 seconds in it just does that. So we'll just deal with it. So
cool.
Welcome to the show. So today, by the way, I watched a little bit of Dave Asprey, the Bulletproof guy, earlier, and
yes.
he wasn't seeing any of the comments that were showing up. So since we don't have any comments showing up yet, but we do have one live viewer, there's a comment. Hey, Nicole.
Nicole.
Hi, Kay.
And Kay.
So welcome to today's show.
Cool.
Today we're going to talk about... we got this adorable email today from a fellow named Dave who is doing pretty good. You know, he's just doing all right. You know, long story short, him and his wife are living in the islands, and they're not like having 7 Rolls Royces or anything, but they're not hurting, and they're just exploring. And so he asked a few questions about manifesting mastery. So we're gonna just share some of our favorite parts of that with you because it's really cool.
Yep.
Say. Nicole loves your necklace, by the way.
Thank you. That's a gift from 20.
Mike Popson is here as well. Valerie Smith. Cool. So,
what I liked, how he wasn't necessarily looking for a particular thing, like, you know, I want to create wealth, or I want to create this or create that, but he was saying he was just exploring himself, the big me, and he was wondering if manifesting mastery would help him learn more about himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, there's something about this stuff. The first 2 weeks of the course are all about self-awareness. And we designed it that way very importantly because people don't realize how batshit crazy they are. We do. We notice how batshit crazy we are. And by the way, we're not saying that we're perfect. We are, just like you. Okay? But there's something that happens whenever you can love yourself a little bit more. You get to you can't notice more about yourself until you can unconditionally love and accept yourself. In other words, if you're going to judge yourself because you've got some batshit crazy in there, you're going to do everything you can to deny it, to ignore it, to pretend it's not there,
or if someone's fault.
It's someone's fault. Yeah, it's there, but it's mom and dad's fault, you know, or Tony's fault or something, right?
Yeah.
So. Just having fun. so there's the whole thing. So we start at we're going to do lesson 1 with you in a way right now, and we're going to talk about 2 other ones that are just our favorites, and just watch us light up and have some fun. So the first lesson. Until Victoria comes back.
Sorry, I can hear Brucey boy gnawing on the table.
Bruce.
I think I'll just get the pepper spray. Keep going.
Don't on the table. So lesson 1, manifesting mastery. What happens is there's a young guy, right? I watch him walk up to a group of girls while he's walking up to them, right? So if there's a group of young guys, a group of young girls, we've all seen this before. I was the young guy, she was the young girl. And so the young guy's walking up to the young girls, right? So he's with his mates. And you can tell he's sweet on someone, so he starts to walk over. He's going to say something, and the girls look at each other, and they giggle.
Yeah.
And can you relate? Right? So the guy's walking over, the girls look at each other, and they give each other a little giggle, and the guy turns around, he puts his tail between his legs, walks back to his mates, and calls it a day, right? Now, being a now 50-year-old guy, I could tell him, look, dude, they like you, right? They're giggling because you're actually coming over. Bruce, quit eating the table. Yeah, they're giggling, they're happy that you're coming over. Just ignore them. Yes.
I put on pepper spray and he's still chewing it.
So, come on in. So, you know, they are glad he's coming over. He adds meaning to it that they're making fun of me, they're laughing at me. And he goes back to his mates, and his mates all, of course, join in. Yeah, they were. And he doesn't get to be with the girl. Okay? Yeah. So, the first 2 weeks of Manifesting Mastery, we explore heaps and heaps about how we add meaning to things. Okay? And your reactions create your reality. That's one of the major reasons why we start the course with that. Because unless you can love yourself enough, accept who and what you are enough, that you can notice where you're batshit crazy, where you're reacting to the world in all sorts of negative ways, and you're literally giving life to more quote-unquote negative things, you lose. And that's where we begin.
Yeah, it's a goodie. Sorry, I don't mean to be half present.
We either got to get present or kill the show.
Yeah, okay.
This is
All right.
going nowhere.
Okay. I really got what you said in the beginning, how it used to, for me, it was always someone else's fault, it was always them, blah, blah, blah. And then that first lesson really helped me see the meaning that I was giving to, God, 99% of my world.
Yeah. But by the way, this is real life.
Yeah.
Okay? I just commented about we got to get present or kill the show.
Yeah.
You know, she didn't take it personal.
No.
She just goes, right. Yeah, we got to get present or kill the show. There was no. Were you traumatized by it?
No.
Are you gonna take it out on me later?
No.
You get it? This is what happens when you're not adding heaps of meaning to every little thing in life. So Bruce is a little nuts this morning. He's dragging his freaking dog bed around right under the camera.
Yeah.
Right? We get to deal with that. Okay, what's the meaning? Oh, the meaning is we're not good teachers because we didn't put the dogs in the loo. Well, we're not good puppy parents because we put the dogs in the loo to teach. You get it? People go through life all day long with adding meaning. And so...
Kathy just said, so if you change your perception of another person, you can get them to act in the way you would like. Yeah.
I wouldn't go there. It's never about them. I love her enough that and I'm not judging her because I can say we got to get with the program, right? I'm not changing. What I'm not doing is adding. Oh man, she's a woman. You know how women are. Oh, she's weak. Oh, she's gonna think I'm chastising her. I'm not adding any of that in. Okay, it's about me. It's not about her at all. So I'm not changing my perception of her one bit. I'm just not making her weak, which will make me treat her as she's weak. You get it?
Yeah.
There's the big thing. So it's never about them. It's always about you, right? So whenever you go, you know what? Yeah, I know, you know, who she is. I know what she is. So I don't dare try to change her behavior or get her to act a certain way. Okay, I just invite her to step up to who she is by me stepping up to who I am. Because, you get it? Yeah, coming from loving coach, trainer, husband, puppy dad, you know, boom, yeah, got to get focused. Okay, this is how real life this is. Okay, so I'm not going, I'll change my perception of her so she'll act different. No, I'm just treating her as loving, lovely, capable. You get it? I'm giving to her with that. I have no interest in how she acts. I have a heap of interest in treating her as the loving, capable human being she is, and them too, and same with you guys. That's good fun. A bunch of people joined.
Nicole said it's about you, love you.
All right,
love
guys.
Yourself. Yeah.
So we also got, how about if you bring up the next part?
The next part, collapsing, intending through a segment and collapsing to a point, that lesson. Yeah, we love that lesson. So it's great if you can imagine, you know, the ideal scenario that you'd love to have, and then we always say take it further out as well, like, you know, further out into the future, different points of time, but it's having, then imagining a scene that would mean the state of the wish fulfilled has been, that it's been fulfilled, your wish has been fulfilled. But instead of just being a whole scene, then bringing it down to one simple thing. And I know it can often be a particular sense, like you'll have a predominant sense in yourself, so it might be sight or hearing or smell or something. But we were talking about this before, and you were mentioning how, it could be a congratulatory scene, and the collapsing to a point could be just a simple act, like just closing the door, and it's the sound the door makes. Like it could have been, we want our cottage, for example, complete. We imagine how beautiful it's going to be, and collapsing that to a point could be as simple as, because it didn't even have doors. Or it had doors, but they were hanging on by shoelaces. So for us, the sound could have been that very thing, closing the door and hearing that noise, meaning it's soundproof. It's like being done up and it's contained. And,
Yes.
yeah.
You're going to have one that makes sense to you, right? So we've got the cottage. The cottage basically, according to Lisa, looked like a chicken coop before it did, right? So, and we've been remodeling it, right? Getting it up to speed. It's an old mud brick cottage. You can see a video of part of it on my timeline from yesterday, 2 days ago. But the scene is, we walk in and like we can see it, right? So as we walk in, we can see it. There's like the scene, implying that it's done, right? But it's the closing of the door. Now, here's the thing. When the door closes, you might hear it.
Yep.
You might feel the door close.
Yeah.
You might see the flushness when that happens.
Yeah, the light shut out.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you're going to have one bit where it's boom, where you lock it in. So it's not like, oh, the cottage, oh, the cottage, oh, the cottage, oh, the cottage, oh, the cottage. That's called a daydream.
Yeah.
Oh, the cottage. Click.
Yeah.
There's your anchor point.
Yeah.
Boom, right there. Okay. By the way, almost everybody misses this. You intend from a segment, you collapse to a point, and you just you've got to have a very specific point. And when you have that, you know it's real. You know it's real by the way the door closes. How does it feel? How does it sound? What does it look like? One of those three is going to be your main one, and you really get get that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's the key.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's lovely. So, quick recap so far. Okay, you had meaning to everything. The young guy's walking over to the young girl. The young girl does a little giggle. He goes, "Oh, she's laughing at me." Okay, instead of just realizing, is she happy I'm walking over? Or even just imagining she's happy I'm walking over. Keep walking.
Yeah, yeah.
Right?
Instead of, oh my God, they're laughing about me.
Yeah. So you're adding meaning. Stop it. Okay. So come from what you choose. Right. So lesson 1. Lesson 2. Click. There's that anchor point. Okay.
Yeah.
Good job with that.
Yeah, yeah.
We were just talking about it last night because we were over there and we shut the door, right? That what you imagine does come true if you remain faithful to it. Number 3, the pearl of great price.
Oh, I love that lecture. So there's a couple of lectures we do in it, but yeah, one of them's Pearl of Great Price.
We do 2 lectures. By the way, so every week has a different theme in Manifesting Mastery. One of the weeks we take apart the pearl of great price. Okay? One lecture, one whole week. We don't just daydream
Fluff
our way.
around it.
Yeah, we nail like 5 points out of each. We break the lecture into 5 or 6 parts, and we nail 5 points a day out of it that we just love.
Yeah.
Look at her light up.
No, it's just, and I just love also how Neville strings words together so that you can just totally feel where he's coming from.
By the way, that's massive. You can feel where he's coming from.
Yeah.
It's not that, oh, I get what he thinks about. Okay?
No.
Totally different.
Yeah.
Okay? This is why we nail some of this stuff.
Yeah.
It really is, where are you feeling from? And watch where we're feeling from while we do this. Again, the states of loving husband, puppy dad, coach, I'll weave through it because that's where I live from. Victoria will tell you about her sometime. But it's so true. So the lesson that if we could put the pearl of great price into 2 sentences, what would your sentence be?
Well, one of the things that really struck me was how Neville had actually been a very good astrologer and loved astrology, believed in it, totally believed in
about
it. So here's Neville with, he
had a hell of a following, made a lot of money.
Yep. And he used to do, so it was just that little bit about, I don't know if it was the lady was the astrologer. Yeah. That's right.
So he taught a lady, right?
Yeah.
Who got really good. And
yes. And so she started taking on people. And long story short, she had a client come to her, give her their birth date or whatever. She goes away, does all the pendulums, works out the stars, the chart. Oh my God, this works out what's going to happen in the future for this person. Can't remember if it was male or female. They come back. She says, "This is what's going to occur." Was it they were going to get money. I can't remember.
It was about money.
It was. I think they were going to get money.
Meanwhile,
I can't remember the full gist, but it turns out the chart she read for this client ended up being not for them. But the amazing...
She mucked it up.
She mucked it up. It was like a gust of wind had come in and mucked up the papers or something like that. So she read someone else's chart, but this was the great point, and I guess that's what Neville suddenly realised.
Yep.
Whoa, because she said, you're going to get all this inheritance. They went away. She suddenly realised, I've made this huge error. Meanwhile, that person, because got the money, had so much belief in what they said, but the key was, no doubt, felt it, like, yes, like this is coming, and just lived that life from that point forward, got all the money. She realised her error, and I think it was that thing that suddenly Neville realised, hang on a minute, it's not about the stars, it's not about the chart, or...
Yeah, exactly.
Is that right?
Yep.
Yeah, it was something like that. I love that.
So it's such a cool story because Neville basically says you've got to give it all up.
Yeah.
You've just got to give it all up. There's nothing physical that causes anything.
Yeah.
Okay, a rock out in space doesn't cause anything. Okay,
Yeah.
Your vision port doesn't cause anything.
Yeah.
The purple rock, the smoke, it doesn't cause anything. What
Yeah.
causes consciousness. Okay, it all comes from consciousness, and so her conviction, okay, got this guy a ton of money.
Yeah.
Her conviction did. He carried her conviction, right, and he got it. On the other hand, she couldn't give it up, if I'm correct. Neville gave it up. Neville said, "You know what? I can't do this anymore. I get what's actually happening, and I've got to put it out there." She stayed stuck, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
But in Manifesting Mastery, one of the things that we bring up is you've got to sell everything to get the pearl. And you really do, because otherwise you start going, well, if Obama gets in, or Hillary, or Bernie, or whoever, then things will change. Or if my husband, wife, dog, neighbor comes on board, then my Amway business will grow. We go crazy with false pearls. Okay, so sell everything, to buy. By the way, people say all the time, "Do you think I manifested this?" Or, "Do you? Did I manifest what was going on? Is this really my fault?" Yeah, it is. Let's just assume if it's in your life, you brought it in. Now you get to do something with it. Okay, the present moment moves into the future. Your reactions right now create your reality. So we've had a lot of comments.
We've had loads of comments come and go. Sorry, Natalie mentioned bringing the power back to myself and not on the outside, and that's exactly right. It's nothing out there is creating it, like the astrologers or anything. What's Kathy got? Your internal thoughts and ideas cause your external reality.
Not your thoughts. Your thoughts are created by your mood. Your thoughts are created by the state that you're in. Okay, so people say thoughts create. No, thoughts are created. Thoughts are virtual things. Okay, this is again something really worth nailing.
Yes,
okay,
because that's actually was talked a little bit about in yesterday's one about I think, whereas
right,
rather than I feel.
Yeah, I think about paying taxes in 2 countries and web server security and all that stuff.
Yeah,
but I don't feel threatened. Okay, it's your feelings that See, I'm confident with all this stuff. So I'm not walking around fearful of all this stuff. Okay, what you feel becomes real. Okay, feeling is the secret, not thinking.
Not thoughts. Yeah.
Okay, thoughts are just they're a byproduct.
Yeah.
Oh, and that's Emmett. See, I could think all these thoughts about Emmett. Emmett is a nice dog. Emmett is a nice dog. Doesn't matter how I feel about him. Okay, get it? So, any other bits here, real quick?
We've missed a lot of the others. I did see Kay said Trump, Valerie said bingo Kathy, but we've just get it out of the thought and get into the feeling. Kathy then said
skip thoughts. So thought infused with emotion, yes and no, but skip thoughts. Okay, this whole thing, it's sort of like it's when the people who put up a vision board have it work, and we interview them. Okay, and when I hear about this, I interview them, and this is what they do. They go, oh, yeah, you know what, and this and that, and so then I made my vision board. But they're already feeling it real. The vision board is just just moving crap around on the table. Okay, they've already felt it real, so the vision board doesn't do a darn thing. So, hello, Bobby.
Yes, I know it's hard.
So there's the thing. If we try to bring thoughts in too much, again, Neville talked about thoughts, but there's a reason why he didn't title his book "Thoughts Are the Secret." Okay, forget it. Really come down to, as a business guy, coach, loving husband, loving puppy,
I know.
There's there's things that I have thoughts about. The thoughts follow the state. By the way, I don't think about taking crack. I don't think about stealing cars. I don't have thoughts about packing heat, okay? Because none of those come from my state. Your state is what gives you thoughts. Your thoughts often precede your actions. If I have thoughts about stealing cars, I'll probably steal them. But the only way I can have them is if my state generates them. Get it?
Yeah.
Your state will generate your thoughts.
Yeah.
Bruce, quit eating the bed.
And then, as you said, the thought will often then, if you're still in the state, the thought then will create the action.
Yeah.
The
thought's part of the action.
Yeah.
So I can have a thought about going up to get the letterbox, but it's the thought that if I feel I got to go get the mail, I will. But I could think about getting the mail for. You get it? Thoughts are involved with procrastination. Oh, I thought about forming a business. I thought a lot about business. I have a lot of thoughts about business. Nothing. But you know what? Okay, this is it, man. $45. I can set up a WordPress server. Change the world, and then so on. Okay, get it? Feeling. So, quick recap. Okay, want to go backwards or forwards? Let's go backwards.
Okay.
Pearl of Great Price. What do you know about it?
We love it.
Sell everything. Seriously.
Yeah.
Okay, the Pearl of Great Price. How you feel determines who you're going to be in the world, what you're going to have. If you feel small and tiny and insignificant, and
Valerie said it before. I think it was Valerie, but don't put. Keep putting the power outside of you. Bring it back home.
Bring it home. Bring it
Own
home.
it.
By the way, I did a lot of work with addicts, and as far as I can tell, most people in this culture are addicts because they put the power outside. And here's what I mean. Ready? Okay, I'm golfing with a friend of mine one day, and he used to smoke weed, and he's talking about, man, I'd love to get high. So I asked him 4 questions. I led him through getting high with weed, and then left him sitting under a tree stoned. Okay, proving that you can put yourself in any state. Okay. By the way, if you've ever been drunk and you get pulled over by a cop, suddenly you get sober. Okay. Yeah, I've been the cop. I've been the guy driving the car. Okay, this is cool stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so Pearl of Great Price. Don't buy that anything out there is the cause. Next,
intending from a segment collapsing to a point.
There's that one thing. Click. Okay?
Yeah.
Listen back if you missed it.
I think we often use the example of clinking of champagne glasses.
Yeah, high five.
Something. High five.
Yeah,
a hug.
something.
There's something.
Yeah, way to go. Right? That.
Yeah.
Okay? Boom. Just bring it together. And we started out with adding meaning.
That's right.
What a cool show for adding meaning. Yeah, like the dogs reading the bed and wrestling under the table.
Yeah.
We were having to get focused, right? And by the way, when you take meaning out of the equation, you stop taking everything personal.
Yeah.
Okay, and then you have the capacity to have personal power.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's it. Visit us at freeneville.com. We'll put up some links after the dog park, maybe before. We'll see.
Michael Popson just said, "Fear is a mind killer. Face your fears and do it. Enjoy."
Oh yeah, Mikey.
Yes.
Love you, Mike.
And Phillips, better late than never. Yep, you'll be able to see it all.
Yep, it'll all be here in just a moment.
And one other point, Sarah, I did see yours. No, they're not. I wish I could grow them. They're not from our garden.
Those are awesome.
Oh, they're beautiful. They're lemon lilies, and
come smell them.
Yeah, the scent is unreal. So, thank you.
Thanks,
fantastic, Dave.
Okay. I tell you what, I've got an idea for tomorrow. What we're going to do tomorrow is set up a laptop where we can just see the comments right here.
Oh, that'd be ace.
So if we have a laptop set up where we can see the comments, then we can actually respond to them, which would be great because we really love you guys and we appreciate the comments. And after the show, we go, God, we wish we could have caught that and said something.
Yeah,
so,
and what we've missed, we'll respond to on Facebook.
We'll be typing later. Don't eat my shoes.
Okay, I think we've really
All
got
right, time to go to the dog park. Have a wonderful day. My name is Mr. 2020.
I'm Victoria.
Well, visit us at freeneville.com. Time for me to be quiet so we can have the 3 seconds of
Yes,
thing.
yes.
All right.
As Tamika pointed out yesterday.
That's right. See you guys.
That was
Love ya.
fun. Thank you, Valerie.